The harder you try to hold on to certain things in life, the more they seem to slip away. It's strange. You will think that wanting something more or trying harder and putting in more effort would bring you closer to it. But sometimes the opposite happens. And once you notice it, you start seeing it everywhere. This idea is often called the backwards law. And it's very simple. The harder you try to force certain experiences, the more difficult they become. The more desperately you chase something, the more aware you become of not having it. And at first, that sounds completely backwards. Because we're taught that effort creates results. And in many areas of life, that's true. But psychologically, don't work that way. Think about sleep. The more you try to fall asleep, the more awake you seem to become. Or relaxation. The moment you start forcing yourself to relax, you often feel even more tense. Or confidence. And, when you're constantly trying to appear confident, you're usually focused on everything that makes you feel insecure. And this doesn't just apply to sleep or confidence. We tell ourselves, when I get that job, I'll finally be happy. When I make more money, I'll feel better. Or when my situation changes, then I'll be okay. But there is a hidden cost to thinking this way. Every time happiness is placed somewhere in the future, today starts to feel incomplete. And little by little, you begin living from a feeling of lack. So you push harder. You chase more. You keep looking for the next big thing that will finally make everything feel right. And the cycle keeps repeating. You want something, you chase it, you feel incomplete, and you start it again. Here's something worth experimenting with, just for a day. Instead of asking, what do I need to get before I can be okay? Try asking, what happens if I stop putting all my peace in the future? Not giving up, not lowering your ambitions, just releasing some of the pressure. Because when you're constantly chasing the next thing, your attention is always somewhere else. And when you're always focused on tomorrow, it's easy to miss the life that's happening right now. Something interesting happens when you stop trying to force everything. Your actions feel more natural. Your goals don't disappear. They simply stop feeling like a matter of survival. Nothing around you necessarily changed. But your relationship with life starts to change. This doesn't mean you shouldn't have goals. It doesn't mean you stop growing. And it definitely doesn't mean you stop trying. It's very simple. Don't make your worth dependent on the outcome. You can work towards something meaningful without believing you're incomplete until you get it. Maybe happiness isn't something that responds well to being chased. Maybe it appears more often when you stop treating it like a problem that needs solving. So today, pay attention to one thing. Where are you pushing harder than you need to? And what happens if you loosen your grip just a little? You might discover that some things come more naturally when you stop chasing them so tightly. Bye.